The Gruglins are even more erratic than usual. Could these grapes be the reason? What kind of grapes can send these creatures into such a frenzy?
It's so cold! This weather makes me want to hibernate.
I'm convinced the change in weather caused the Southville grape yields to plummet. So Lord Fran...
I've tried those grapes, and they're really not very good. Who would buy them?
From my understanding, most of these grapes are purchased by the Adamant Syndicate.
Adamant Syndicate. Yes, I heard about them in the capital. A merchant guild that grew quite powerful recently.
Yes, the Adamant Syndicate is a famous merchant guild in Asperia. They've been looking to surpass us and establish a monopoly. In the past, the Mithril Consortium hardly took notice of them. But now, they're almost on even footing with us. It pains me to say it, but I must admit that they are extremely talented when it comes to doing business. I, however, have no interest in these grapes, as only the nobility can afford them. I only care about the wheat production in Northville. When the wheat is ground into flour and baked into bread, its deliciousness has the potential to reach every single home in Asperia. But with the weather growing colder by the day, there's no telling what will become of Ryham. It's possible that this year's harvest, however poor, was the final gift these lands had to offer.
No way! We're gonna put a stop to this crazy weather and bring the warmth back to Ryham.
That's right! And we'll start by finding the real culprit. Chippy won't forgive anyone who burns down the fields that Magister Merlin worked so hard to protect.
You two are awfully spirited today. We heard what the furballs had to say. What do you think? Hey, you could show a little more concern. After all, you went to the trouble of protecting this place before. Relax. Forget I said anything.
Can you youngsters be a little more low-key? I remember your faces. You were there when we were putting out the fires. You're back here to investigate what happened, right? I may be old and forgetful, but I assure you that the people you're describing don't live in Northville. Come to think of it, I think Hank saw some outsiders around in the wheat fields that evening, but I'm not sure if those are the people you're looking for. Hank is the only fisherman around these parts. He's got no interest in farming, so he spends his days fishing. If you want to talk to him, keep heading north, and you'll find him up at the lake. Poor Hank's been really worried lately, ever since this cold weather froze the lake over. I don't know the details. You'll have to ask Hank.
Magister, you absolutely have to try this. I've never had tastier bread in my life. The taste, the texture, the aroma, everything about it is perfect. Not even magic could make something this delicious.
Take as much as you'd like. My name is Truman, and I'm the chief of Ryham. Consider this a welcome, my travel-weary friends.
We're very grateful for the bread, Chief Truman. I can only imagine the complexity of the recipe required to make something this amazing. If you don't mind, could you share the exact formula with me? I need the flour-to-water ratio, proper kneading techniques, and the exact baking time.
You're getting ahead of yourself, young lady. This bread doesn't need a special recipe. The special taste comes from the wheat itself. Many years ago, the legendary mage Merlin saved Ryham from the clutches of hypofiends. A powerful spell was cast, and the weather became as warm as autumn all year round.
But I don't sense any trace of magic in the bread at all.
That's because there are none in there. All Magister Merlin did was extend the comfortable season of autumn in these parts. These loaves of bread are the results of the hard work of our farmer and the gratitude we have for the great Merlin.
But those things wouldn't affect the taste.
I understand this. Where I come from, nature responds to the hearts of the people. The breeze we hear when we greet and embrace our loved ones is different from the breeze we hear when we say goodbye.
I don't understand what you're saying, young man. But I still remember the words Merlin said to me that day. She loved the sight of the autumn wind blowing through the waves of grain. She hoped it would never fade.
That's my role model. Words of poetry to my ears.
Really?
Before Lord Franz did away with Southville's wheat fields, this golden land was even bigger. If you'd seen it, you would know why Merlin loved the beautiful countryside around here. A pity Lord Franz replaced Southville's wheat crop with grapes. With how long I have left, I wonder if I'll ever see those golden fields again.
Now that you mention it.
Oh, come on. Don't forget what we came here for. We have to keep searching for who's behind the fire at Northville. Let's go.
Please let me join the investigation. These loaves of bread are the embodiment of Magister Merlin's compassion and the hard work and gratitude of the village. I won't forgive anyone who tries to destroy that. Please let me do something to help the place that Magister Merlin once protected.
Why do people keep looking for me? Before the fire, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you're here to interrogate me, just save your breath. Lord Franz didn't send you? Then that's all the more reason for me not to say anything. Since I've already been paid, don't expect me to say anything. I probably shouldn't have said that. I'll split a portion of my take if you promise not to tell Lord Franz. Instead of pestering me here, why don't you go look around where the fire happened? If you find something, Lord Franz might even reward you.
What happened? Who's that? You were talking to him for a long time.
A fisherman. He knows something, but he doesn't want to talk.
Oh no. At this rate, the evidence may be covered in snow before we find anything. Weren't you investigating the strange weather in Ryham? Any progress? Do you think he knew you were investigating and is purposefully interfering? If so, someone else may have discovered your true identity. Along with the fire, it's possible that the falling snow was also part of their plan.
What are you whispering about?
Hey, keep those bunny ears out of our conversation. We don't have much time.
Oh, I almost forgot. You see, before you all arrived, I conducted an experiment here, and the results were completely beyond my expectations. In my experiment, I discovered that Merlin's ward is gradually weakening.
Weakening?
Yes. Not only that, I discovered that another maid attempted to restore the ward, but could not stop it from weakening.
No! How could this be?
Sir Chippy? As a member of the Lyceum, I would never report something unless I was sure.
But how is that possible? No one's ever been able to dispel Merlin's magic.
As an ardent student of magic and all of Merlin's works, I am also in total disbelief. However, I can assure you that I am telling the truth.
Brazen hot magic. I wonder...
I was thinking the same thing. I'm no mind reader. Some things can be reasoned out. Also, after spending this much time together, I can guess what you're thinking.
Tell us, Valen. Who do you think tried to restore Merlin's ward?
Muriel, the Scarlet Sorceress. After being accused of starting the fire, she refused to explain why she was there. There must be something stopping her from telling us. If she was trying to repair the ward, she probably didn't want everyone to know that it was weakening.
I have no idea what any of you are talking about.
Chippy doesn't know either. Strange weather, the fire, the grapes, and now someone is trying to fix Merlin's ward. Oh no! Chippy's brain hurts. Chippy can't figure this out.
Haven't you guys ever untangled a ball of yarn? The most important step is finding the end of the thread first. Things may seem like they're getting more complicated, but doesn't this just prove that we've gathered lots of clues? I have a feeling that everything will fall into place once we find the real culprit behind the fire.
Then what are we still waiting for? Let's hurry over to the scene of the fire and investigate.
for me! Well, victory is deserved.
Lord Franz is in cahoots with bandits and standing in our way to the truth.
It looks like our hard work is starting to pay off. We're all thinking the same thing, right? This fire had nothing to do with magic or with any mage. Although fire elementals did appear, it was after the fire started. The fire may have attracted them. Someone else sparked the fire before they showed up. The real culprits were those people we saw in Southville before, Lord Franz's henchmen. Disguised as locals, they infiltrated the village and set fire to the wheat.
The villagers already had a poor harvest due to the cold weather. If Lord Franz burned that wheat, then what are the villagers supposed to sell? That's their only source of income. I can't believe he would resort to such underhanded means just to force Northville to plant his grapes.
While everything is pointing to Lord Franz right now, I think it's still too early to confront him. What we need to do is learn more about those weird grapes.
I've made a preliminary analysis regarding this, if everyone will listen. The magic that surrounds Northville is as clear and pure as spring water, while the magic in Southville, on the other hand, is as thick and muddy as a swamp. The biggest difference between the two is their crops. I suspect that those grapes are responsible for polluting the magic in that area. To test my hypothesis, I'd like to return to Southville to gather some samples.
How are you going to do that when Lord Franz is guarding those grapes so closely? Unless... Miss Cassidy, don't tell me you plan on stealing some.
It's not stealing if it's for research purposes. Besides, I'm only doing this to get closer to the truth. I only need a single tiny grape. No one will ever know it's missing. Then I'll take my leave. May Dura protect you.
Sorry to interrupt, everyone, but I must be going. Muriel is still being held captive by General Hogan. I need to return to Hollystone and clear her of any wrongdoing. But more importantly, I need to apologize to her in person. Lord Franz was the real culprit all along, and I am partly to blame for all of the suffering she has endured.
General Hogan will want to know more about what's happening here. I need to make a trip back to Hollystone as well. Lord Franz will never admit to starting the fire. He holds a lot of power around here. Getting him to confess is something that needs to be discussed with the General. Thanks for the hard work. I'll treat you to whatever you want back in Hollystone. And don't worry, it'll be on the General's dime.
You look tired, friend. I know you've been working hard. Tell me, have you made any new discoveries? So Lord Franz was behind the fire.
From behind the scenes, he's been using his wealth to make his puppets do his bidding.
That's exactly what I was afraid of. Unfortunately, there's not enough evidence to charge Lord Franz. Even if we bring witnesses to testify against him, all he has to do is feign ignorance and render our accusations meaningless. We need more conclusive proof. Something that even he won't be able to deny.
Before that, let me bring Miss Muriel here first. Now that we know she's not the culprit, she shouldn't be locked up. She got blamed for this. She deserves to know the truth.
Oh my. This is quite the crowd.
I know you don't want to see me right now, Miss Muriel. But I would like to apologize for unjustly accusing you earlier. You see, all of this is...
It's fine. No apologies needed. If anything, I should thank you. If it wasn't for you, she wouldn't be running around for my sake. Isn't that right? I knew it. I know you have questions, but let's meet elsewhere to talk. The gardens to the northwest, maybe. My favorite flowers grow there. And do remember to come alone. Just the two of us. Think of it like a date.
Did she just say date?
Hammy, what's a date?
What? Don't ask something silly like that, Chippy.
Ahem. We should return to the heroic order, Valen. You had something important to report, didn't you?
Not really. Hey, General! Why are you dragging me away?
Wow, it seems like something interesting is happening. Don't worry, I'll keep my ears nice and shut. I swear to Miss Arte that I won't eavesdrop.
Come out, my servant, and fight for me!
Well, victory is deserved.
You came. You look like you have hundreds of questions to ask me. Just ask. I'm in a good mood. You might even get some answers this time. The ward. So even you're saying it's a ward. It seems you've completely forgotten about the past. From what I understand, this is no mere ward. I once promised a person long ago that no matter who asked, I would never divulge the truth about this. It's something very important. I can say no more. All I can say is that someone is interfering with it. Sadly, I tried, but I couldn't stop it. I'm not sure. The culprits covered their tracks, and I couldn't find any clues. I can't answer that right now. You've asked enough questions. Now, It's my turn. What do you think about the location of our date? Well, I'm rather fond of this spot. See these blue flowers? Someone once told me that I'm just like them. You guess? If you're right, I'll give you a prize. I wonder. Don't look at me like that. I never said I would tell you if you were right or wrong. You'll know if you guessed right next time we meet. And trust me, there will be a next time. Sometime soon, I'm sure.
In any case, my lady is tending to important business. You may take your leave now, Lord Franz.
Wait! Tell me what you want. I'll give you anything. Just let me see Lady Vala.
Please excuse me. I have to leave to attend some other matters.
Damn that woman.
There are some things money can't buy. It seems you're still having trouble understanding that, Lord Franz.
You lot again. Such an unseemly group of people. Like diseased rats spreading their plague everywhere they go.
It seems like you're the one being treated like a pest. She wouldn't even see you.
Silence, you vermin. Guards! Scum like you have no business roaming around these civilized streets. My men will teach you not to leave whatever hole you came from.
Is this what victory feels like?
Lady Vala, it's been quite difficult to get a meeting with you, my lady.
You've got some nerve, Lord Franz. Is this how you respond when someone has no time to meet with you? By picking quarrels at their doorstep?
You misunderstand, my lady. These miscreants were the ones who started the fight, not I.
My noble lady, your eyes are as clear and brilliant as the stars in the night sky. Surely you can see through the lies this man is telling you.
I care little for your petty squabbles. If you wish to continue this farce, I demand that you do it elsewhere. If even one of my flowers gets stepped on, you will all suffer my wrath.
Please don't be upset, my lady. It breaks my heart to see a frown on a face as beautiful and flawless as yours.
I beg your pardon, sir. While you do not wear the armor of the heroic order, am I right to presume that you are a member of the Solitaries? Why is someone like you getting involved in petty disputes such as this?
What do you mean, my lady?
Spying, secrets, gossip-mongering. The Solitaries are known to be masters of deception. The heroic order are the swords and shields of the nobility. How can one be unaware of those who serve them?
Then it is I who have taken the liberty.
There. Now you sound much more like a solitary.
Hey, Magister! Even though that lady was talking to Valen, why does it feel like she's been staring at you all this time? I totally agree! Oh, she finally looked away. Her stare is so sharp, like a dagger. Chippy's heart almost jumped out of his chest.
Now then, Lord Franz, what could be so urgent that you would disturb me like this?
My lady, I merely wish to extend an invitation to the Golden Banquet. This year's harvest of the gem vine was quite good. I will host a banquet in celebration. I would like to invite you to come.
I see. Now, if that is all, I'd like to go get some rest. I wish you all a pleasant day and safe travels.
Have you been following me?
Why do you ask? Does the idea frighten you? There are only two kinds of people who receive this kind of special treatment from the heroic order. The first are important figures like her over here. The second are greedy, no-good criminals like you.
Ha ha ha! You claim this woman is a person of import? With neither wealth nor title, what makes her any different from the rest of the common rabble?
You bonehead! Do you know who you're talking to? The person standing in front of you is none other than the great and mighty Merlin.
Chippy! Stop covering my mouth! Just calm down, Hammy.
How can I calm down when someone insults the Magister like that?
Summoning a couple of talking hairballs? All mages are mad. Every last one of you.
You seem to have some experience with mages, Lord Franz. Did you hear that a mage summoned fire elementals in Rhyham on the night of the fire?
Huh! Insinuate all you want. It'll give you a chance to use that crusty brain of yours. Don't overestimate yourselves. Making an enemy out of me is the worst thing you can do.
That man's arrogance knows no bounds. He's been exposed, and yet he acts like nothing has happened. What's this golden banquet that he mentioned just now? He's throwing a feast just to celebrate the harvest?
Didn't hear about that. Lord Franz's manor is like a fortress, and he's never been one to have guests.
So why would he suddenly want to throw a banquet now? My thoughts exactly. Something doesn't add up. If we attend the banquet, we might find some new clues. Did you see that gold invitation he gave to the lady? Where can we get ourselves one?
I think I may know someone who can do that for us. Yes, that young man could be our ticket in. We should go see him at the Mithril Consortium.
Have you finished speaking to Miss Muriel? I truly hope she can find it in her heart to forgive me. Wonderful! We have a saying in our family. On the road, everyone is a customer. The Mithril Consortium cannot afford to lose such a customer all because of my personal failures.
You only talk in business terms, don't you? Anyway, did you happen to receive a gold invitation from Lord Franz recently?
Do you mean this? It just arrived. I didn't get the chance to open it yet.
Excellent! Thanks to our friend here, we have a chance of getting into the manor now. Although my orders are to protect her, for the sake of our investigation, I will serve as your personal guard for a time.
Wait. What are you talking about? All of Lord Franz's invitations bear a single person's name, meaning only that person is invited to attend. Even as a member of the Mithril Consortium, I have no way of bringing a guest with me, especially not an entire group of people.
That crafty old man. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to forge invitations for everyone right now.
Forge?
What? Did you think that the heroic order was above using tricks like that? However, like I said, we don't have the time. I was thinking the same thing.
Then let us go together. If anything should happen, I could provide some cover.
I won't say no to any help you can provide, but don't expect us to pay you back or anything.
How could I? I just want to help. Besides, this isn't enough to repay you for what you've done for me.
He sure knows how to butter people up. Now that we've decided on a plan, let's start getting ready. Once we're ready, we'll leave immediately.
Time for work again. Time for work again.
Who's my next prey?
Time for work again. A bit of experience, a bit of luck.
Toronto's eternal peace.
Bow before the king.
I apologize for my tardiness. Is everyone all right? That Gruglin just now looked especially tough.
It definitely gave us a challenge. I'm happy to see you again, miss. Did you finish your investigation?
Yes, and I wanted to share my findings with everyone as soon as possible.
Judging from your expression, things must be even worse than we thought.
I wanted to research gemvine grapes to explain the differing flows of magic in the north and south of Ryham. However, I uncovered the secret of the grapes themselves. I am sure you know, Magister, that these grapes confuse one's mind. They also affect hypophines.
I can personally attest to that. But why?
Because gemvine grapes are anything but ordinary. They may look like fruit, but they've been heavily augmented by magic. Every single grape contains powerful hypogean magic, which attacks the mind as soon as it is consumed. If my analysis is correct, then With a little refining, these grapes can be used to control other people's minds. And because they're grapes, they can still be used to make things like juice and tarts, making them even harder to detect.
Could all of this have something to do with the Dark Mages?
Dark Mages. I've heard of them before. A group of lawless fanatics who study forbidden magic. But Lord Franz doesn't look like he can use magic at all.
It's possible that Lord Franz is working with the Dark Mages. We need to hurry. Lord Franz is most likely going to target the nobles attending his banquet. We'll be in even more trouble if he manages to take control of them.